good, y'all? This your boy Black G92. Now, for this evening, I'm going to do a reaction to top 10 most underrated women in WWE. Shout out to the person who gave me this video to react to, and it's done by the channel. Let's see, what's the channel name? I forgot. Yeah, Ring the Bell. Yeah, old dude, like, not old dude, but more so old dude in his channel, Ring the Bell. So I'm going to go ahead and see what this video is looking like in about 3, 2, 1.
She was criminally underrated in WWE.
That's a name you don't hear a lot.
I legit forgot about the whole storyline.
Yeah,
Okay,
she
I
was good in the ring.
Okay.
Welcome to Ring the Bell. This is DS, and today we're going to talk about the women that are very talented, very charismatic, but because WWE didn't treat them well, we just don't have a lot of opportunity to talk about. So we're going to go over the top 10 underrated women of WWE, and to help me with the list, the Sriracha Muchacha, Paloma Star,
So glad to be back.
Mama Fucko,
Momo, mother.
Alicia Fox fans' favorite, Joy Mayberry.
Primo.
So we're each going to have 3 picks, and for the last pick, we let you choose the most underrated woman. Let's start from Joey, who's your first pick.
The woman who can't seem to get her gimmick straight, Emma.
That's a good choice,
Yeah.
right?
I love it. Tell me about Emmalina. Oh, tell me about
I do
Emma.
look like
I can't
taking
tell you
dance
much
to a
about
robot.
Emmalina because she's still waiting to debut.
Thank you.
Come again?
Emma
That's kind
just
of bland.
went, I think, up to the main roster at the complete
Yes.
wrong time.
Oh, yeah.
And then got stuck with Santino. I like Santino, but him in the women's division never really fit.
WWE Divas should not even be competing.
My name is Santino.
But Emma was like one of the biggest
Yeah.
contenders for the start of like the women's revolution
Totally
in
agree.
NXT. She was in the first ever NXT Women's Championship match with Paige, and the match was
Interesting.
fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Then she went to the main roster. She got sent back down, revamped her gimmick, and it was kind of solid, and I liked it. And then they brought her up, and then went into Emmalina, and then that was it. The rest is history.
I think she was really solid in NXT. I knew her, some of her work too in the indies as well. And to kind of see her get brought up to the main roster, it's like, yes, no. So I felt like she was almost like dealt, honestly, like a shitty hand. I kind of wish she was in the roster now.
She was so over with that
So,
dance gimmick. How could they butcher it?
If she came up during that time of NXT where they expected that the entire crowd was watching NXT and they weren't, so they were kind of like, "Who's this chick that's flailing her
yeah,
arms?"
what is this?
Yeah, that's I mean, that could be like a challenge for certain. Like if you whatever line of work you in, like shit, coming out and debuting and win, like there's barely any viewers site that can definitely affect the viewership and popularity. Yeah, for sure.
Emma and Summer Rae, those are 2 women that
Oh, yeah.
came up from NXT where WWE had no idea how to deal with them.
Yeah, it's like, here,
Yeah.
do stuff.
And they
Damn.
just...
She
Talk
left
about
like
just
weird because she
throw
just had the
something
match
out
with
there to
Asuka,
sticks.
and
Oh,
then
yeah.
it's like random like bye.
Very bizarre, yeah. Kind of going along with the dancing gimmick.
I can't stop doing this.
That's probably where
Singing
they got
gimmick,
it from.
because my first pick is Jillian Hall. You know you want me. I've been saying this over and over again. I really want to interview Jillian because I feel like she has a lot of things to tell us. The other day, I was watching her match in OVW with Mickie James. And
And we're both,
We've
Yeah.
been there, seen that.
it was like mid-2000s, long-ass match, especially for that. And it was such a good match.
Yeah.
And she won that match using her finisher that we barely saw on WWE. I think
Because she
we saw-
never won.
Yeah.
Jenna, you're pushing
Damn,
the
so
pedal
she had a
so
move
much
but
already.
didn't win. Ooh. Straight.
450 flat.
See, that's the thing that I was going to bring up whenever you mentioned
Goodness.
Jillian Hall, is that what other women have you seen do a 450 splash? Like, that is awesome. I don't think there's been another woman.
We're gonna do here. However,
That one landed.
Finally,
But
yeah.
especially at that era, seeing a woman do a 450 splash, you're like, what? This is awesome. It was kind of a bummer that she didn't get to use it more.
Exactly. In the ring, we just haven't seen a lot from Jillian because she was always in that comedy angle. You really didn't really see her, what she can do in the ring. But when it comes to telling a story, oh, she was so
So
good.
good.
She has to do that freaking mole
Yeah.
character. Apparently, she has to wear that outside.
I bet. Yeah, I'm good for her.
Yeah.
Sticking with it.
Literally
That
sticking
make-
with it. It was stuck
That
in
make me look very good.
And then the singing gimmick. How over was that?
Super over. It was annoying, but it was doing its job. I love that she kept the microphone, the Britney Spears microphone, how I call it, during the whole match. That was like gold. I really enjoyed that.
She had an album that sold
Yeah.
really well. She had a top Christmas album.
Santa baby,
Shit.
step the
What the
sable
fuck?
under the tree.
Jingle with Jilly.
So she was so over. Of course, she did win the Divas Championship.
What the fuck was she thinking right now? But I guess when you're a star or whatever, you can just do whatever. Let's record a whole album, even though you probably suck ass at it. Like, shit. I'm sure she did it for the check, you know what I mean? And plus, her name was popping at the time, and like WWE and everything else. So, hey, hats off to her for having that chance to record a Christmas album. Oh, shit. Man, folks be killing me, man. When they record these shitty songs, man.
Like 2 seconds.
Oh, I popped so hard when it happened. I remember screaming at the TV like, yes! Like, I didn't expect it. It was great.
I think she tried to have a feud with Melina for a championship, but it just didn't go anywhere. That feud was weirdly, chemistry was a little off.
Yeah.
But that didn't go anywhere, and then the championship was unified, so it was like...
Then it just kind of like disappeared.
Yeah.
She had like a real notable feud at all.
Lillian Garcia.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was
That's about it.
really underrated. She had so much potential, but she just couldn't use it. Paloma, what's your first pick?
Jazz.
Oh,
I
now
think
Jazz looks stacked.
super underrated and such a
Ooh,
total
got the
badass.
pythons
I think I'm
going on.
impartial to Jazz because I really, really, really want to wrestle her.
Oh, yeah.
So bad.
She wanna
So
wrestle.
bad. I know
Okay.
right now she's not currently wrestling and she did have to drop the NWA women's
Yeah.
title. I really, really want to wrestle her. Ever since I was a kid, like just seeing her, like I saw her as like the Mike Tyson of the women's division. And then somebody would be like, oh, why would you make that comparison? But no, that's how much of a badass
Yeah.
and intimidating she was. She
She
brought a
looks like it.
legitimacy to the division when it was needed.
Mhm.
And that was a time of, was kind of like the weird, transition of like cool women, but
Yeah.
also models. So I think she kind of got lost in the mix.
Yeah.
But her coming out was just walking down the
I
ramp.
somewhat remember parts of that era, like mainly from the games and such like that, and also a few clips here and there from like WWF, WWE, whatever. Like when they had the little like women wrestlers and such. It was kind of a weird kind of a weird era for certain, because none of them did look like models or whatever, and Jazz definitely does stand out from that based on these clips right here. It's like, oh. She, like I said before, she got them arms and such like that. Like you can take.
She meant business. Very underrated for sure. I really liked her feud that she had with Victoria and also Trish. When they wrestled or had a feud with Trish, they were elevated. And I think that's really when Jazz really made a name for herself. I just wish it was a little bit longer.
She just destroyed Trish Stratus.
She really did.
That was Trish's like
Ooh.
earlier career when she
Well,
really
she debuted in Trish's match where she won her first
That must
championship.
have been
Yeah, the
powerful
Survivor
punch.
Series match. Jazz did such a good job elevating Trish to the next level because Trish before then was more of eye candy,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
She was so scary.
It is, and I think that was awesome about it. Actually, that's what I liked about her. That I was actually like scared of her.
Yeah.
And to the fact that she's still wrestling, still here recently.
Yeah.
I think it's a total detriment to her because she was so good and still is so good and can still go. And I think she should definitely be in the conversation with like Trish and Lita because, like you mentioned, she helped elevate him and helped them get to where they're at. So shout out to Jazz. Hopefully, I'll get to see her in the ring one day.
The bitch is back, baby.
Low
I'm sure.
potential of getting the Hall of Fame induction
Right,
because
right,
of the mess suit against WWE, so that is really unfortunate. But I hope WWE really gives her.
I hope so too,
Oh, yeah.
because she's a badass for
Yeah.
sure. You can't deny that Jazz was a badass.
Total Hall of Fame worthy. Speaking of really strong women, my next pick had never really got a chance, but should have had a huge chance. I'm going with
Oh,
Shaniqua.
Shaniqua.
That's
Other one.
like you're pulling
Okay.
it old school. Like some people are probably gonna be like, "Wait, who's Shaniqua?"
Exactly.
The dominatrix.
And I think, honestly, that kind of killed her chances, is the fact that she was made a dominatrix. I love the whole SmackDown era that was pretty much the Tori Wilson show. Tori and Dawn and Nydia and Shaniqua, and they had that huge storyline where she was pretty much like dominating the entire division, and no one could touch her, no one could beat
Talk
her.
about a good upper body strength. Like she just slamming them broads on the mat. Shit. And if you come in like with out of ordinary statics, it can be a hindrance. Can be a hindrance to like advancement of your field. But over time, like as far as like it may build that state following like later on down the road, long after it made that premiere. But, hey, At least she
I
has
feel
something
like
that
she
made her
was
stand
completely
out.
different. Like, I would have liked to see her branch out from that and cross over to Raw and kind of have matches with all these girls who could really go.
She just had a very unique stature.
Very
Super
menacing.
tall.
Like, oh man.
She's
Yeah.
Linda Miles from Tough Enough.
I was actually really excited when she won Tough Enough. I remember seeing that whole like finale when everybody was like dressed up, waiting to see who won, and whenever she won, I was like, yes, I was hoping she won. I really agree with you that she was almost like pigeonholed into one certain gimmick, because I actually think even if she did go beyond that, she would have still.
Hold up. Yo, what's good, Josh? Shit, none. Right now, I'm like recording a reaction video. I'm about to hit you back up. All right, you good? I'll hit you right back up. All right, peace. Yeah, my boy, like Josh from work, man, just hit me up. So,
Seen as
I
that.
told him that.
Unless, you know, it would have
It's
been
his
completely
reaction video.
different. But it's just like a bummer that we didn't really get to see much that what she could do, honestly.
I remember there was the one match where Dawn Marie was facing her, and she like beat the crap out of Dawn Marie, and then
Yeah.
Tori came down to save her with a steel chair and stuff.
Woo!
She ran through the division like there was nobody that could stop her.
That
She didn't
chair.
even toe to toe
Oh,
with her.
that chair
What
must
happened
be
with her?
She
stinking.
kind of just like quit.
Oh.
What is she up to now?
Ashley today was like, I need to see what she's doing today because I was going to mention her. She is a basketball coach
Oh.
in either high school
Oh.
or college. There was an interview somewhere on YouTube where she was basically like, yeah, I don't regret my time there, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Everything happened the way it was supposed to.
My second pick for the most underrated woman is Naomi. Naomi the Glow. I know that she had WrestleMania moment. She did win the championship at WrestleMania, so like, is she really underrated? But I really think she's very underrated. She started her career
Until
back
Harry's talking.
in NXT with AJ Lee and Caitlyn,
Yeah.
and when AJ Lee was becoming legend, she was very much on the side.
It's not like the
Naomi.
greatest FCW theme of all time. When it comes in the club, get up, get up.
Remember that.
Remember that match
That's
in
a bop.
NXT with AJ and Naomi, which was
Mm,
so good.
splits.
And Kelly on the ringside was
Bam.
like, we hope we can do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they had
Naomi can
such
kick
a
your
long
ass.
match. And then Michael Cole, who was shitting on NXT the entire season,
Yep.
started screaming, Octopus! 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 It was so amazing. I really hope AJ and Naomi has like a long feud so they can like recreate that. Never had a chance. Naomi never got like a really serious feud where she could show her as like a legitimate athlete / wrestler.
Because she is so athletic. I think she's one
Oh,
of
yeah, I can
the
tell.
most
And
athletic
plus the last few
persons
videos.
that
Yeah.
they have in WWE, you know,
Yeah.
male or female. She's
Mhm.
super athletic.
Mhm.
Plus, her dancing background helps out her. Actually, helps her out a lot in the
Yeah.
ring. I
Oh,
would think not a lot
hello.
of people who have either a dance background or any type of athletic background can combine the two, but she does it perfectly. So I really wish there was a longer feud to further develop that.
And her character, Glow character, is one of the most creative ones.
Oh,
Her looks
totally.
so good, so marketable too.
I was about to say
Yeah.
that's so marketable. It was
Yeah.
super over with the kids.
Exactly.
You could do so much stuff with that. You know,
Mhm.
glow sticks, shirts,
Yeah.
bands, anything.
Also, her Slayomi gimmick. So
Naomi.
I thought it was amazing. I thought her
Nice.
mic work back then was pretty awesome.
Mhm.
She sounded really angry because she was really put to the side
Yeah.
for the longest
She
time.
was.
So I really like her character work too. I really just don't think there's any reason that WWE's not using her to a main eventer level.
I don't understand
Oh, yeah,
how
they
she's
should.
not used as much as she needs to be.
I really don't.
I really hope we could actually
Nah,
look
that
back.
that I can agree based on like the last couple reaction videos, seeing her matches or whatever. Yeah, she definitely needs to be put up there, like as far as that top tier shit, and just be on that main on the, like the main headlines or whatever. So, and I had no idea she could dance. I'm about to do some research on those dance videos for real.
into this video maybe 2-3 years down the line and be like, remember when Naomi was underrated? Because I really hope that in the near future she's used better, she's used more, and is able to really show everybody what she can do. My next pick is Molly Holly.
Oh, yeah.
Totally. Molly
Interesting
Holly
name.
was at that transition between of
Was she
right
bald?
before they started using all like the pretty models. Hey, we're gonna put you in bikinis and y'all wrestle there. So I think she was kind of like in a really weird period. It's kind of like to a detriment to her. But she did get bring in like as part of the Holly family, which is a perfect balance. And plus, I always admire any woman that's willing to cut off her hair,
Yeah.
like for the sake of wrestling. I always thought that was such a badass. But man, I really wish I would have seen a longer run with her. I really wish she would come back, some sort of role to this day. I think she was a good balance of being a badass and being like a girly girl, as you
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people saying that she's like textbook of the wrestling.
Yes, very. She's super technical. I actually don't think there's been another woman wrestler that's that's been as technical as Molly Holly is. I think that's generally maybe seen more like as a guy thing, but she was super technical. She could definitely deliver it in the ring.
Evolution 2, Molly Holly versus Natalia.
Ooh, almost with like Molly Hollies of the world, especially during that era, I kind of feel like if they're looking back at the women's wrestling now, they'll be like, man, if only that was happening while I was wrestling. Like, imagine how much more she could have done and so many other women could have done if they were wrestling now, or this whole awesome revolution of women's wrestling was happening then. It would have been crazy matches. She would have definitely been on top for so long.
She also talks about backstage politics sometimes. There's a podcast where she talks about like, Trisha's so good. I don't know how to do that. I think like that played a lot of part too.
Yeah, that's cool that she's doing
my favorite
podcasts.
women's heel turn of all time.
Oh, her heel turn was amazing.
Cracking that paddle is just like
bam, right on the
every
head.
A lot of women, or maybe even people in general, are scared to be that heel, that villain, because everybody wants to be the cool heel, you know? She went in, like, feet first and be like, I'm a heel, like, through and through, hate me, boo me, I don't want to be cool, I just want to hate it. Yeah. So I think that was really cool, because I don't think a lot of people can do that.
Her move sets are more grounded, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't see that she was, like, amazing, because she doesn't have that many, like, flashy
Totally.
words. Yeah. Before we go to Joey's, let's reveal the picks of the people.
Okay, let's see what this
The number
pick's
3
looking
spot
like.
goes to Mickey James. Number 2 is Ember Moon. Number 1, the queen of underrated, is Alicia Fox.
Oh, Alicia Fox.
No,
I've seen her few
She's been there
matches.
for so long. Remember when she first came into WWE? There's so many like news coming out, like people from TNA, people like WWE legends were like, Alicia Fox is so good. We see so many potentials, and WWE just didn't get to tap into it.
Yeah.
There were multiple times where they did try to push her a little bit more, especially like her first ever title run. Then she had that feud where she was really over and cut that Foxy Holiday promo.
I gotta see this.
Everyone has a Foxy holiday.
That ended because Beth got injured.
Yeah, with that flip, like
Yeah.
which looked sickening because it was real.
In the face.
And then she had a whole amazing character with Paige.
Yeah.
When she just went all the way nuts. I actually love that.
I
gotta see the rest
love
of that
crazy
match.
Alicia Fox. Like,
She
give me
did
more
Nia Jax
crazy
backstage
Alicia
with that
Fox.
box.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. Damn. She just wilding.
I'm kind of sad that WWE didn't go all the way with that crazy character because that was.
I'm so sorry.
Damn, what the fuck? Fucking announcers and stuff with paper.
Remember when that happened? Everyone was like,
Damn.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Jesus.
What is going on?
Well,
And that's character only Alicia
But
Fox
she's
could do.
portraying
She has
that
an
as,
amazing
like,
character down.
she's
And her
violent,
selling.
crazy
Everyone
character.
talks about her selling.
I think her wrestling skills are actually better than a lot of people give her credit for. Because I don't think she, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think she was a wrestler before she got signed.
I think she was
She,
a model,
like,
yeah.
Exactly.
No, she was
So I
a
think
model.
that was one of those very few people who can transition from model, fitness model, or whatever it is, to being an in-ring competitor. I also really liked her whole program with Noam Dar, where she would like eat flowers and like be crazy and come out with them too. So I just think I just like Alicia Fox as being crazy. Maybe we can see more of her. I mean, she's still there.
Hopefully, because I feel like her time is coming to an end. I feel like she's getting close to the end of her career.
Yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate because it seems like there is a lot of backstage incidents coming out about Alicia Fox, which seems to be deterring her push within WWE. And that is just really sad because there's
Toxic
so
kid.
much she can do.
I mean, if the people backstage.
Shit, let me see what it say. Yeah, them backstage politics.
She's still there.
Some of the
Hopefully,
behind the
because I
scenes
feel
stuff.
like her time is coming to an end. I feel like she's getting close to the end of her career.
Yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate because it seems like there is a lot of backstage incidents coming out about Alicia Fox, which seems to be deterring her push within WWE. And that is just really sad.
So it was multiple sources fired showed up at live event while she was allegedly intoxicated the age of her match. Word got back to it was all furious. We found out.
Because there's so much she can do.
I mean, if the people backstage aren't happy, then you're not going to be happy. It's
almost all her backstage stuff
Not
kind
a
of
good look.
overshadows anything she's done or anything that she can do, which is such a bummer. The best is yet to come, maybe. Who knows?
All right, let's move to Joey's last pick.
My last pick I chose because WWE did not utilize them, and they went on to show how good they could be. I'm going with Skirt Tiffany.
Oh, Taryn Terrell.
Skirt Tiffany.
Skirt Tiffany, yeah.
I was like, why are you calling her Skirt Tiffany? I'm like, oh, I
Skirt Tiffany?
Yeah.
My favorite like cool promo ever. I'm going with her because of her run outside of WWE.
Yeah.
If you look at it, when she came in and she had her first match with Michelle McCool,
Bam.
she lit the place on fire. Like, the crowd was for her. She
Looks
was
like
good,
it.
and they just kind of got rid of her. And then she went to TNA and was Taryn Terrell, went by her own name, and really showed the world,
Bam.
hey, I can do this.
She was in Team
Man,
Entourage
she likes-
with Kelly Kelly. One thing about her is that she was not scared to take bumps.
That's exactly what I was going to mention, because I will always remember that big bump she took in TNA, actually. When she went through a table, and I think she got put through a stage, like, she was not scared of taking huge bumps. Good for her.
Yeah,
They
like,
always did the neck
she-
breaker off the side of the
Yeah.
stage.
Even in
Hey.
WWE, she was taking bumps.
Yeah,
And I was like,
totally.
who is this girl? Wasn't she like a general manager of ECW? or
She
something?
was, and she was good at it.
Yeah.
So she can talk. She had, like, the entire package. I don't understand why WWE. Oh, never mind. We're
Oh
trying
my
to miss that. I remembered as I was
Yep.
talking.
Backstage incident got
Yeah.
her into her end of the career, which is really sad. I think she got her chance to really shine outside of
Yeah,
WWE.
she made the most of it outside of WWE, and I actually think her being super tough and wanting to take crazy bumps is because she's a stunt woman. I forgot what movie it was, but she gets hit in the face with a basketball.
Ooh. My last pick is a Diva Search participant. So when it comes to Diva Search participants, I think there's two categories. There's one that just comes in for the fame and they just kind of be there for a little bit and they just kind of like fade away. And there's like other people who like really take the opportunity and be in the top. Like Michelle McCool, like Nikki Bella, Layla, Eve Torres. But I think this one person is super underrated. Crystal Marshall.
That's a name you don't hear a lot.
It's really...
Queen of the
My first time hearing
Strut.
about her.
Totally.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
look
love
at
that
them.
strut. I
The
remember
middies
her
just
so
bounce.
vividly because of the
They're
strut,
fast.
but also
My
the
fault.
whole
That's
wedding
your fault.
ceremony.
Oh, yeah, with Teddy Long.
Oh.
That's how I remember her, is her whole thing with Teddy Long.
Yeah. I legit forgot about the whole Teddy Long story.
I gotta watch this one.
But now that I'm thinking about it, you know what I love from that? Just how Teddy Long said her name.
Crystal.
Crystal?
Didn't say it like
Her character work was really cool, and it was a SmackDown's main event storyline with the whole
Yeah.
wedding. So I thought she did an amazing job when it comes to character. She was very charismatic. Also in the ring, the way she moves, it's very unique.
I think it was almost very flowy, especially for somebody who
Okay,
didn't
okay.
have a lot of wrestling experience beforehand. She almost like picked it
Got
up
a
way
couple-
faster
got
than
a
I
couple
thought she
moves.
could.
I
So I
see
was
it.
like, oh, all right,
Hey.
cool.
All of them went in with no training, but the way she moved, it was great. I wanted to see her do more, but I think she turned down a storyline pitch. There was something very sexual going with Edge, and I think she turned it down, and that's why she got fired. I just thought there was so much potential. She was so good.
I actually haven't thought about Crystal in years, but
Mm.
now that you mention her, I'm like, oh yeah, she was good in the ring. That storyline with Teddy Long was great. Like, I almost wanted to see her develop into like a super villain or like a super heel character, kind of see like what else she could do. Because I don't want like all the Diva searchers to be like, oh, this is a pretty girl, and she just so happens to wrestle. Like, I could want to be more than just that.
Also, she has a legendary theme song.
I love that y'all know all these theme songs. It's
You don't know
giving me
Feel
life. I
That's
mean,
pretty
some
awesome.
of them, but not like that.
Feel With Me is legendary. Before the match, it's always Kelly backstage.
Up next is Kelly.
My last pick is Gail Kim. By
Gail
far,
Kim.
super underrated. I think it's kind of the same with Taryn Terrell, where she went on to TNA and like totally kicked ass. But why couldn't she have kicked ass in WWE? Actually, I mean, we all know why.
We all know why.
We all know why she didn't. But I just really wish she had that platform where she could kick ass in the WWE, where all of that thing didn't have to happen. I've actually been on a show with her, and she's like super nice, super down to earth.
Amazing.
She's amazing and beautiful on top of all that. And she was also saying that she would do the missile drop kick from the top rope so much. So she's like, I kind of wish that she wishes she would have chosen another move because she was doing it so much. You know, of course, it takes a toll on your body, but super athletic, beautiful, definitely super underrepresented. Like, we need more Asian
Absolutely.
people in wrestling. We need like, everybody represented.
Yeah,
But for her to just go out and go to TNA, she like kicked ass. She almost had like a chip on her shoulder, I think, when she was wrestling in TNA, and be like, all right, like, I'll prove to you guys what I can do.
She was criminally underrated in WWE because the second run she did was right after she had the legendary storyline with Awesome Kong, and WWE just grabbed her just so that maybe she won't do that outside of WWE. Like, I don't even know what went
combo
Yeah,
attacks.
She came in like a ball of fire, like attacking Michelle
Yeah.
McCool Maurice, and then they just kind of we're just like, nope, here's some water. We're gonna toss that out.
Yeah.
I love that she can be an example for a lot of women who are underutilized by WWE, that you can have success out of WWE and be very happy and very known. Like, she
That's
definitely
dope.
proved that. Also, that match with Tessa Blanchard recently.
Oh,
so
amazing.
good.
So good.
Amazing.
Definitely
Ooh.
so underrated. in
Looks
WWE.
interesting.
Yeah.
If anybody watching this doesn't know her work outside of WWE, totally recommend go looking it up.
Thank you so much for watching this top 10 underrated women's wrestler list with us. I think we missed a couple of like current superstars maybe. Let's just throw in some names. Dana Brooke, Ruby Riott.
Ruby Riott, that's a good one for sure.
And I've been seeing some stuff from Liv Morgan lately. She's been popping.
Melina.
Yeah, Melina.
That's another good one
Yeah.
for sure. I really
I
like
keep hearing
Melina. I
her name
actually
pop
used to
up
do
throughout the
Melina
video, so they might as well throw
entrance
her
in
name
Oh,
in.
really? Comment below, please, if we missed anyone. We would love to hear your opinions. And thank you so much, Paloma. Where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, at PalomaStar. Send me all the sriracha you want.
Joey.
You can find me at Joey_Mayberry on Instagram and Twitter, or Joey Mayberry on TikTok.
And you can find me at DS Shan. All right, thank you so much. Bye.
Doses. That was another entertaining countdown. Not count. What entertaining like little count top whatever list made by Ring the Bell. Like 3 of the staff had no idea it was 3 different people over like Ring the Bell production. I think it was like a YouTube channel / production company, what may have you. And they picked some interesting names. Of course, most of them, this couple of them I heard only recently, and a few of them, some newer faces, of course, that I'm just now knowing about. And it was pretty cool to see them just like show their enthusiasm about the wrestlers they picked, and just like, amongst other things, just knowing about all the theme songs and whatnot. It's like, especially the D-Shin and D-Shin and Joey. Joey, I forgot his last name anyway, but like they was all grooving to the songs and stuff. It's like you can tell they're really into the field, whatever, into what they're talking about. Like based on the fact they know all these different stuff outside of like usual trivia that you know from, let's say, women's wrestling and WWE. That's pretty dope. So hats off to them dudes, and also hats off to Paloma Star for like adding her energy to the thing. So. Hey, if you want me to react to more like WWE like type of videos or wrestling matches or songs, music videos, countdowns, movie clips, movie trailers, freaking like interviews, anything related to like stuff going on in this crazy ass world, be sure to post them in the comments section below. And if this is the first time watching this reaction video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button as well, so you can stay tuned what I have in store, so you get this video and the rest of my reaction videos in the algorithm. Also, be sure to follow me on my social media accounts, which you post in the description box below. And before I sign off, I can say, be sure to follow my boy Josh's YouTube channel, like King J Style Rising, his music channel, also his gaming channel, Dangerous Gaming Pro 2099. Be sure to follow them bitches, man, because hey, dude's on the come up with the content. So be sure to follow his YouTube channels and tell him I sent you. It's your boy Black G92 about to sign off. Holla at your boy. Peace.